Price, KCR Radio. I'm sitting down with the boss, Dan's Warped Tour right here, Kevin Lyman. How's it going today?
You know, it's great. It's kind of nice that we're almost done. We're hitting the last week.
Like, when it comes down to this last week, do you, oh, it's almost done, or is it, oh man, we're done? What's it like for you?
I think, you know, for me it's almost done, but I know that given 3 days of rest, every person out here would do this again.
Definitely. Like, I mean, it just looks like such a fun thing, and like, I've seen your interviews before, I've seen you around, it's like, you look like you have so much fun doing what you do.
I overall do. You know, definitely it's getting a little harder physically, you know, 50 years old now.
50 years young.
50 years, well, you know, 50 years old or young, but, you know, that's something that you take care of yourself. Your body just, you know, we just did a 13-day run in a row.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're in beautiful San Diego. We're sitting out here, you know, last week, you know, less than a week ago, we were in, you know, 97% humidity, or 78% humidity, and 97 degrees.
Texas, or where were you at? Okay.
You know, you're just sweating, and you know, you're just like trying to take care of these kids at the shows.
You can't beat the 75, 80 degrees.
Kids out there are ready to go. They've been on since they've been here. They were here 3 hours before doors, and they'll be able to stay till the
Yeah, I was impressed. Usually I have a bad rap for San Diego fans, but today I really felt they stepped up and did their job.
I'm stoked for them. I'm stoked for all our bands. You know, they're all walking around.
You know, like all the people I've talked to today have it's their step and they're happy.
It is, you know, and that's the thing about Warped Tour. I mean, you work hard, you play hard, you know, you get the benefits of just being out here. But you know, we got 1 week, we had 6 shows last, well, including this one, and then on Sunday it'll be, you know, hey, it all ends. Everyone has to head off different directions.
You know, the work doesn't end there for you, though. I mean, I've been hearing you talk today. You're starting over right now. What's a typical day like with meetings? Because I mean, you're prepping for number 18, right, next year?
I'm hitting the West Coast, so obviously, I mean, I'm from the West Coast, with a lot of, you know, social family people, but a lot of people are coming in, and they're like, you know, hey Kevin, you know, you have done a great job with the tour this year.
You have. It's amazing. I haven't really got to see tons of it today because I've been doing this, but like, I've been out there. It's what I've expected plus more.
But you realize how hard work it is, right? Everyone, and I think, you know, I'm hanging out with the owner of Ernie Ball Guitar. You know, every one of us in business is just like, we work really hard for our business now. There's nothing for granted. Like, I feel, you know, we're up about 40,000 tickets over last year.
Wow.
We'll do over 500,000 tickets again, which is great to be back on track. But man, you feel like you worked really hard, and you need to work really hard for these kids to.
But it's all for the love. I mean, you work so hard because you love music. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
Ultimately, you don't mind working hard. You don't mind.
It's all like seeing this put together. Like, it's worth it. You can't say it's not worth it when you got so many happy kids out there. Every year, I know I'm 21 right now, but I'm going to the Warped Tour next year. And these 16, 17-year-old kids, like, they have so many years ahead of them. I'm going to the Warped Tour, and you get to provide that for them. And it's just a big deal.
And I think this eclectic lineup this year, being so diverse and such a mix of artists and people, and then getting like a day like today where, you know, Paramore, who's gone on to big things after playing the Warped Tour,
coming back and reunion type
you know, it's really cool. You see Haley running around the parking lot, she's running by, she's bopping around, you know, and you know, it's cool. You know, we got to start all over again. That's the one thing I have to look at. Is like, not many days. It's like a week. You know, we unload the trucks. I got to figure out the damage of the summer of just getting everything fixed and ready to, you know, just kind of get in place. But it's back into it.
Yeah.
And there's no like taking 2 months off and then decide I'm gonna book the lineup. I gotta start listening to music again, listening to the fans again, listen to my gut again, and just start listening to a bunch of music. And hopefully when it comes back and next year we'll be delivering a great show.
So I mean, you say you listen to music all the time. How much music do you get to like go out and see during the typical days? I mean, you got meetings and you got this kind of stuff. How often do you get to go out and catch the bands?
No, there's been some weekends out on the road here. It's been such a good lineup. We're on a Saturday or Sunday. I'll go out for 3 or 4 hours.
Oh wow!
And walk around. You know, it's getting harder. I had ankle surgery last year, so my ankle's not 100% healed. So walking, you know, today I got a lot. You know, it's nice to see. Saw Brothers in Brazil today. Went over and saw Little Lucero. Watched the Word Alive. You know, it's just kind of a, you know, you pace yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, but the biggest thing is now I'm packing up my bus. So I'm sending some stuff home with my wife, and I've got 2 cases of CDs people have handed me, or I bought this summer, and then I'm gonna sit down and listen to.
Like, your job is listening to music sometimes. I mean, you can't argue with that too much.
There's no arguing. There's no arguing or crying or whining. You know, we get to do it, and you know, 3 hours from now, this parking lot will be exploding with people dancing and having a good time. It's the last night at 2.
I hear the barbecue is just insane.
This year. This one's always a little over the top.
You have so many people you have to talk to throughout the day. How many people's names do you think you know, like, on the tours? I mean, I heard you talk to security guards, you know
tragedy. You know, he overdosed, and you know, that's why I work with Music Cares and the people around that. We just didn't get to him. I just found out he was found dead up in Long Beach. But then you realize when you've been doing this for so long, there's thousands and thousands of
people you know. Tragedies are gonna step upon you because you know so many people. So I guess that is the good with the bad. You have a lot of friends, but then you have a lot of bad news that comes with it.
Yeah, a lot of bad news, a lot of good news. You gotta balance it all out. Compartmentalize it. Put little boxes all inside your head.
So, you come to California, what's your favorite thing about coming here?
Weather.
Just the weather?
I mean, I don't know. I grew up in California.
Yeah.
I lived here all my life. California's state and tough place right now. The economy, jobs,
a lot of bad things happen here, but
things, you know, but
it's so perfect. It's hard to say no to it sometimes.
Yeah, you know, still home.
It's home. I feel you on that. Do you have any last words to tell the Warp fans out there?
You guys, thank you guys for coming out and supporting. Really, really, really appreciate it this summer. You know, we appreciate it every summer, but I mean, this year I think some people tried to write off the Warp Tour a little bit last year. I was off a little bit maybe on the lineup, but you know what? I think it came back. You know, these guys who were, you know, and you know what? It was you guys. You know, people look at numbers, and they may not feel the spirit, the emotion that I can see in the parking lot. The business guys all look at its numbers and they're like going, "Wow, we're back up to where it was, you know, 2 years ago."
Well, congratulations on the success you guys have, and I hope Warp Tour season number 34, number 35. You can keep running that long.
I'm wheeling my ass around here. I'll be right. We'll have to have what are those rascal races?
You need a vest, rascals.
Yeah, one of those.
But thank you very much.
Thank you
KCR
very much.
Radio.